Harry, we want to speak to both of you about a couple of top professionals who've got really bad injuries in the last few days. We'll start with Stephen Davis because you played alongside him. He's out for the rest of the season. The manager talked about him. We'll play it again in a moment or two and said we already had a plan for him. But what would you want to say about your old teammate who's been the most decorated international player on these islands?
Well, first and foremost, I'm gutted for him because he's a top quality professional, top quality player. It's interesting to see Michael Beale's comments. He was going to be a big part of Michael Beale's team going forward. I know he's at the age of 37. Look, I've said Rangers need a fair bit of surgery done to their squad, but players like Stephen Davis don't come around a lot, and I do believe the way that he looks after himself. I seen it with my own eyes when he came on against Hibs. He camped the game down. He takes responsibility. And I do think if he comes back, touch wood, everything's all right with it. I know he's getting an operation early January. I'm not too sure what type of knee injury it is, but obviously it's serious because he's out for 6 months. But hopefully he comes back fit and ready. And I do believe that he does deserve another year's contract. And I'm not saying that because I know him and because I played with him. I just think having that experience round about. Look, we all know Steve Davis ain't going to play every single game, but to have a player of that quality in and around the squad, I think so important.
I got the impression under GVB you would have played Stephen Davis more if you'd been the manager. Do you think they didn't use him enough?
Yeah, that was my opinion. I was surprised that he never played as much as Gio didn't play him. So, but I just see so much quality in him. I hear people keep saying, "No, he's at an age." But listen, Grant will tell you, he looks after himself. He's a brilliant professional and he's a brilliant football player. And as I said, I do think it's so important that Rangers do keep players like that about. There is a lot of players needing brought in to strengthen, but I think keeping a player like Stephen Davis is key for Rangers going forward.
Peter?
Listening to Michael Beale speaking, I think the picture he's trying to paint is bigger. I think it's not just in the playing terms. It looks as if maybe he's talking about asking would you like to be part of the coaching set up with him, because I think someone as Barry's talked about there, and Barry's played along with him and seen him in the dressing room. I think it's very, very difficult to get that nowadays with somebody with that experience who's seen good, bad and different, been able to handle it, and different things he's seen himself and learnt from during this period when he was out the team, when he probably thought he deserved to be in it. You know,
did you think he did?
Yes, we said it at times, you know, because but the difficulty is for us, we don't see them training all the time and where their fitness levels are. I mean, it's like us with Scott Arfield. I always said that Scott Arfield was probably the best finisher at Rangers last year. You know, wee things like that last year. I kept saying that, but he never played. But I thought he was the best second number 9, if you want to call it, if they play with one striker. And he's proven it again this year. But that's just my opinion, because that's what I see in his game, and it's easy for me. But the managers maybe want to set up slightly differently. But that's where I think Stephen will have a big impact in the future going forward. Whether he's still going to play as much doesn't matter. He can have a massive influence within the new coaching setup, and I think maybe that's the way Michael Beale's looking at it as well. And I think that'd be very, very important with the experience he's got internationally and in big European games.